Hey, welcome back to the Joy After Grief video series. This is John Hayes, and this is day 3, when the light bulb goes off. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I'll give an example, and then we could talk some more about it. So, when I was in high school, my junior year, we read Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, the famous book. It was on our summer reading list, and then the first few weeks of the school year, you would discuss it and so forth. Now, when I read the book, I really liked it. It's deep, thoughtful stuff, a little bit disturbing, and that was really appealing to me. And when I remember thinking, wow, this book about the future, about the future gone wrong, what they call a dystopia. It's this future where everything's supposed to be perfect when we've solved all of our problems, but instead it's just turned into a nightmare. Man, this is great. I love this stuff. So then the school year started, and we were discussing it in class, and the teacher said something. He said, look, you may think this is a book about the future, but it's not. It's a book about the present. It's a book about now. And when he said that, just like, wow, the light bulb went off. This window opened up in my mind. It was just like, this bright light. Or, it's like a doorway in my soul, and I walked through it, and I was never the same. Or, it's like something that I never knew had existed inside of me. Like it just came to life for the first time. Um, I know that ever since then I've just been fascinated, maybe obsessed is the word, with this whole idea of, we live in this modern crazy world where everything's always changing and developing. It's like at the speed of light, and it's almost chaotic at times. And how do you embrace that and live with that, but at the same time, hold on to the things that are permanent, that don't change, whether in terms of morality or culture or just being a human being. How do you strike that balance? What does it look like? This is a theme that's run throughout my life, and I'm sure I have a natural bent that way anyway. But all I know is when that really came to life in my life was when that teacher said that. The light bulb went off. It was a defining moment. Now this can happen in all kinds of ways with different people. It might be some type of an activity, like, I don't know, say you go whitewater rafting or something, and then you just realize, like, wow, this is it. Like this is me, and my whole life I'm always going to be involved with this, or sports like this, just outdoors, rafting, hang gliding, whatever. I can't live without this. Other people, it might be some type of a career choice. Um, Certainly, if you have any type of religious experience or conversion or whatever, that would be an example of this. The point is, it happens, and it changes us, and on some level we're never the same once it happens, and it's wonderful. So the question becomes, okay, what do we do about it? So what? And for purposes of this video, there's two things that come to mind as I just look around me at other people and in my own life. Two things. And the first is, we just accept it. We just receive it and accept it. And I say, with gratitude. Before we try to figure out what it means or take massive action or whatever, we just receive it. Because it's a gift. We've been given something, and now we know that we've been given this gift. And we just receive it, and we're grateful. And in fact, throughout our lives, we should come back from time to time and just say, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that I know this about myself, and that this one thing is a part of my life? That's just, I just accept it. Now, the next thing is, I think we should, give it room to breathe. We have this experience, this doorway opens in our soul. We just give it room to breathe and to live and develop on its own terms. And we just kind of keep this healthy dialogue between this part of our lives and the rest of our lives. And so, for example, let's go back to the whitewater rafting thing. Let's say you have this experience, and this becomes a major part of your life. Well, for example, when we're younger, it's often, maybe temptation is the word, but we think, okay, I've had this experience, this is everything. My whole life, this is basically all I'm going to do. And so I don't know, maybe we'd become like a professional whitewater rafting instructor. We might even build a whole business around that. And that can be fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. And for some people, that is the path. But not necessarily. It might serve you better just, as a hobby, something that enriches your soul and enriches all the other aspects of your life, your career, your family life, your friendship. So it's not necessarily, this whole interchange between our career and our personal passions and desires, can be very, very subtle. So we don't want to box it in. We don't want to put it in a box. We want to let this thing that we know about ourselves. We want to let it move and breathe on its own terms. And as long as there's a connection and a dialogue between the rest of our life and this thing, we're going to be blessed by it. It's always going to be there. It's always going to help keep us on the right path and keep us anchored. And that's what I mean by the light bulb going off. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.